All right, Saagar, what's on your radar?
Well, it is rare that you're going to find me praising Elizabeth Warren, Bernie Sanders, Kamala Harris, and Cory Booker all in the same monologue. But that is what is going to happen today. These four candidates banded together to demand that the DNC extract a promise from NBC News parent company Comcast it will commit to an independent investigation into the network's quashing of reporting on sexual assault allegations against Harvey Weinstein. The move by Sanders, Warren, Harris, and Booker, it takes extraordinary coverage, given that they will face questions from that very same network tonight. These people will literally decide how much exposure they get, how much time they're going to speak, and so much more. They write, quote, NBC's internal investigation last year ultimately concluded that there were no formal complaints. NBC News executives were not at fault. Yet, there is clearly something wrong with a work environment reluctant to hold management accountable. They continue. The troubling reports about management's role to cover up abuse demonstrates that Comcast should have and needs to do more to shift the work culture and pursue significant structural changes in order to prevent future harassment and abuse at NBC and MSNBC. NBC News has skated by since it squashed Ronan Farrow's Harvey Weinstein reporting. They stood by a phony story about how what Ronan Farrow brought them was substantially different reporting than what appeared in The New Yorker, and ended up winning a Pulitzer Prize. And yet Farrow's book, Catch and Kill, dispels their excuses in full. It demonstrates how the top bosses at NBC News who participated in this cover-up continue to run the network to this very day. And let's not forget the DNC's checkered relationship with Weinstein, who donated over $300,000 over the years to that organization. And Farrow, of course, details how Hillary Clinton's press secretary, Nick Merrill, explicitly gave him the runaround on getting an interview with Clinton because of his investigation into her personal friend and longtime donor, Harvey Weinstein. This is a courageous move by these candidates. They're attacking the main method of exposure that Democrats in the United States get within the mainstream. And that's why it's all the more telling whose name was not on this letter. I cannot speculate how the signatures for this letter were gathered, but yesterday I contacted the frontrunner campaigns of Joe Biden and Pete Buttigieg, asking if they had a chance to sign on to this letter, and if so, why did they choose not to do so? We await a response, and I think that tells you everything you need to know about that. It's extraordinarily difficult to stand up to the corporate media, especially one with so much to hide. The Weinstein story demonstrated how far they will go to cover up horrific crimes for the powerful. It revealed the script that would later become so familiar in the ABC News cover-up for Jeffrey Epstein, that explosive reporting on sexual assault allegations against extremely powerful people, quote, do not fit editorial standards. It has not yet been announced if ABC News will be hosting a debate this cycle. If it does become the case, it is imperative every single one of the candidates sign a similar letter demanding that ABC parent company Disney commit itself to a similar investigation. These corporate media giants have for so long sold us the false narrative that they're holding people to account, when in reality they cover up and align themselves with the powerful while controlling important parts of our political process, like the primary debate tonight. If they want to continue to have a say in how and what we see, then it is time that we get some similar transparency from them. I commend all four of these candidates, and I hope it sets a tone for the future.
You're here.
And you know what, Crystal? It tells you everything you need to know, like I said, that Joe Biden and Pete Buttigieg's campaign did not respond to that request for comment when I asked them, why did you not sign on to this letter? What's going on here?
Yeah.
We know that Biden and Buttigieg in particular need these media giants on their side, and that's why they're not willing to call them out.
Pete especially.
Exactly.
I mean, he owes all of his positioning in Iowa and New Hampshire in particular to the combination of a bunch of billionaire donors backing him and the media deciding to make him a thing. So it doesn't surprise me that you don't see a lot of courage here. I want to commend all these candidates as well. And, you know, in particular, I have to say Elizabeth Warren, because she's one also that has gotten a lot of really positive coverage from the media. So she also has a lot to lose from them sort of turning against her. I mean, media already hates Bernie Sanders.
Yeah, Bernie was like, you guys hate me already, so it doesn't really mean anything. But no, you're right. For Warren and for Booker and for Harris, it's a big deal to take on MSNBC.
Yeah.
And Comcast is, $100 billion. How many billions of dollars is their market cap? It's a real thing to take on giants like this. And NBC doesn't want to touch this.
Well,
They want nothing to do with it.
I also think it's very telling. So the debate tonight would be moderated by 4 women. So there's this like surface level, oh, women trailblazing, we support women.
Yeah.
But when the rubber hits the road, they did nothing to expose this predator. Is he convicted now? I can say predator,
No,
not
you can
alleged
say
predator.
Alleged
we'll go with
predator for the
alleged
legal
predator.
department. Yeah.
So you don't get sued.
Yeah.
But they did nothing to actually move forward with the reporting that would have exposed this guy and kept him from preying on more women. So there you go.
Yeah, and that's the real thing is, I'm really stunned that only 4 candidates are the ones who ended up signing on to this. I really do call on anybody out there, if you really do care about the media covering up for sexual predators, you should be signing on to this similar thing. And if ABC wants to touch a Democratic debate, you bet they're going to face scrutiny in the future.
Absolutely.
Next on Rising, the other next big story that was trending around Washington today is impeachment.
The Intercept's Glenn Greenwald catches up on what happened yesterday and what actually matters with these proceedings. Our conversation next.